Bryce Young and Tetairoa McMillan last night showcased some sort of elite chemistry connection that has already been built, and I am all in for it. Sign me up. I think these two are going to be really good. At first, I questioned whether or not these two are going to be a good pairing for each other, but honestly, that second drive, or it might have been the third drive, they really heated up, and we're going to break down some of this all 22 coaches film for you guys. We're going to talk about everything, okay? Now, let's just start off right here. First thing that we notice is two-eye safety, okay? So normally when you have two-eye safety, it usually takes away yes-no reads because it looks like press man, and this could be, at this point, maybe a cover two where these guys drop into halves. However, this is why we have pre-snap motion. It disguises the cover two, but before we get to the snap, we're going to motion Adam Thielen, okay? Boom. Everything changes, okay? So now they show pressure. They rotate to a one-high safety look, and the other safety rotates to a potential man cover and gets down to the line of scrimmage, right? Now, when that happens, Bryce Young, at this point in time, knows where he's going with the football. You have press man coverage, no safety up over the top, in a go ball. And a go ball down that right sideline. I promise you, at this point, he knows where he's going with the football. Okay? You're going to look at him drop back, immediately looks at Tetairoa because he knows where he's going with the football. There's no help. Throws it up there. And sometimes, that's all you got to do with Tetairoa McMillan. Throw the ball up there and watch him go get it. Look at the ability to be looking back for the football, to adjust mid-air, and then the catch radius over the shoulder. I mean, guys, that is generational stuff. Like, what? Again, this is absolutely perfect, and this is kind of what Bryce Young didn't have last year, okay? He didn't have a guy where he's like, okay, we got a 50-50 ball, we got a yes-no read. I don't have a guy that I can just throw it up to. You do now. You do now. And he proved that last night. Again, once you see this safety rotate and you have one high cheating to the opposite side of the field, you're throwing this ball no matter what. I don't care who you are. I don't care what court. It could be me. I'm throwing the ball. Let my guy go get it. And he puts it in a perfect spot, right where only his guy can get it. To the sideline. DB never turns his head around. This is perfect. I know I'm staying on this play for a while, but it's just amazing to see that connection. Okay, we're going to dive into a bunch of film. Let me know what you guys think about this performance, and also comment down below a couple of other players you want me to break down for a part 2. This is going to be on my second channel. So yeah, make sure you guys subscribe, join the family. Let's dive in. Once again, very similar situation. They are showing blitz this time. They also have a one high safety look. Once again, you'd think that they would learn to maybe just rotate this safety over, or maybe just have two back, right? But the Panthers like, hey, thank you, right? We got press man to the top with Tetairoa. Now, on this play, he is essentially running a kind of like a skinny post, I want to say. But obviously, with it being about 10 yards to gain, now they're going to off coverage, which is now we're like, okay, this is exactly what we need. We have off coverage on a skinny post, which means once he hits the top of his route, this ball needs to come out right. Boom. Ball needs to be out. Ball needs to be there. If this guy's first instinct is to backpedal, you have this all day long. You have it all day long because, again, they don't have a safety over on that hash to really help out. So as Bryce Young drops back, again, he knows where he's going with the football. Once he sees this guy backpedal, boom, yep, ball needs to be out now. And look at the anticipation. The ball is out before Tetairoa makes his cut. This is how we can tell as a viewer that Bryce Young is getting better. Each and every single play, it seems like he is more comfortable compared to early last season. End of last season, he looked great. And it looks like that is kind of translating into this season, at least from this game. And it's very early, small sample size, but this is perfect. Again, you got this skinny post. Boom, ball needs to be out. And it's already a quarter of the way there. Hey, Bryce Young, man, he's coming. He's getting so much better. So much better. Really quickly, guys, do me a big favor. Hit the like button if you haven't already done so. Subscribe to the channel. It is free. Doesn't cost anything. And we will be covering the Panthers throughout the entirety of the season. We got you guys covered. If you want more of these film analysis videos, comment down below who you want to see next. And with that being said, let's kind of dive right back in. There was another play from Tetairoa. He had 3 targets, I believe. 2 of them caught. 1 of them should have been caught. Let's actually break that one down. All right, another play. All we're reading right here is this linebacker over the middle. Right, we have one-on-one coverage here, it looks like. But if they're in a zone, obviously this guy could drop back into a zone that they're trying to hit. Now, they're running this little swing route. We're getting to the outside flats, and then we're kind of, again, slanting over the middle of the field. If this guy bites down the running back and it's man-to-man coverage, then again, we have that one-on-one coverage with Tetairoa McMillan. That's all we're really looking at if you're Bryce Young here. Reading the defense, again, the only thing we're looking at, because this safety is cheating to the right side of this offensive line, we're kind of just in the middle. Right, this is the only guy we're reading. And then if that's, in a zone, we can probably either hit that flat early or we can kind of scan the field. Right, but once he drops down, Bryce Young's like, yep, I know where I'm going with the football. And look at when this ball is out. Ball is out now. Ball is out right now. What do we notice about this? The ball is out and Tetairoa is facing the other way. This is what we call trust, faith, and anticipation that we know where our guy is going to be. But also as a receiver, you need to know where you need to be as well. So boom, right? Little slant over the middle. It's wide open. These guys get out. The corner has outside leverage. We have inside leverage all day long. Ball is placed perfectly. But, let me know who you think this is, whose fault this is. Ultimately, I think Bryce Young makes a perfect play. I think Tetairoa needs to have more heads up, right? And he even puts thumbs up. He's like, yep, that's on me. You gotta be ready. In the red zone, especially if teams are playing zone, these gaps, these zones can close very quickly. So you gotta get that football out quick. And you have to be ready. You have to be instinctual. You need to know that, right? Boom. Right when you turn, ball should be there. Ball should be there, especially with a quick route like this. And ultimately, this should have been a touchdown. And they will fix this. This will be a touchdown the next time. I love how he gives a thumbs up. Like, yep, that's on me. That's on me. But again, really good play by Bryce Young. Great read. He seems very decisive, which is a good thing, man. Very good thing for Bryce Young. Good news is, very next play, they do find Jalen Coker. Now, I like this play. Once again, it looks like they're running... they're running a mesh route here. This guy's going to get over the middle. He's going to get over the middle. I think we're going to see... boom, without the running back. But ultimately, what I want to showcase you here is Bryce Young's ability to turn nothing into something. Okay, so as we are lining up, we're going to snap the ball. Offensive line, we have 11 personnel, obviously. We're going to be in a 5-man scat, slide to the right, which means, boom, we're sliding. We got man-to-man here. We're chipping, releasing with our tight end. Again, we got the mesh concept over the middle of the field. Running back's going to leak out into a kind of like just an out. And boom, as this happens, Bryce Young doesn't really know where to go with the football. He could maybe hit Tetairoa right there, but that'd be quick, and you might be leading him into a big hit. So he doesn't decide to do that. He's looking, he's scanning, he can't find anything, right? So he gets outside the pocket, creates more time for his offense, right? Jalen Coker is wide open in the back of the end zone here. But look at this guy right here. Yeah, you see how this guy's eyes are on the quarterback, right? We want to manipulate this guy and continue to running this way and then have Coker come back this way. There's no one on the other side. Yes, you could probably fit that in there, but he wants to be conservative. He wants to make sure, let me move my camera for you. He wants to make sure that there's no risk at all in this throw. So he drives, right, moves that corner, and now we've got the leverage, finds him wide open, back to the end zone. Great anticipation, great job making nothing or turning nothing into something on this play. Again, look at this throw right there. No, he's staying calm, he's cool, he's collected. Fires a dot to Jalen Coker. I think Bryce Young's really getting better. Another really good play here. They're going to be in a full slide. It means everyone's going to go in this direction because they're selling the play action, and we're going to bootleg this thing to the left side. Now, usually when you have bootlegs, you're cutting your field into essentially a third, right? So usually see some crossing routes here, maybe a comeback, right? But that's pretty much all you get. Maybe the running back will leak that way out of the play action fake. Look at this play here. Once again, we have inside leverage on our wide receiver, which is huge because we'll probably reach the top and then start to get over the middle. If these guys bite down the play fake, this could end up working out perfectly for the Carolina Panthers. Bryce Young. Here we go once again. Get the play action fake. Everybody's coming downhill. Bootleg out to the left, and look at the separation that they are able to garner pretty quickly here. Easy money. Get him into the 6-7 yard line here. Perfect. So it looks like ultimately we have corner route, crosser, off the play action, bootleg. I guess you're sliding here. Got man-to-man there. But essentially this play works perfectly. Again, gets Bryce Young space off to the bootleg. Right? Notice how no one's in front of him. Also notice how he's not just taking off running. Again, Mike. Wait, it's always in the way. Notice how he's not just taking off running here when he probably easily could pick up a few yards, but you don't always need to run. Keep your eyes down the field, find the open target, and go make a play. He easily could have picked up a nice chunk of yards right there if he needed to, wanted to, but ultimately finds the better option with Adam Thielen. Here's a play where he actually gets sacked, but it's not really his fault specifically. There's not much open at the time. We're going to get a little bit of pre-snap motion here. We're going to just see defensive line gets pressure pretty quickly. I believe you probably have, if you want to hot this to a go ball again and throw it up, you probably could. This is earlier in the game. They're going to be running an inside release, dig over the middle, I believe, with that route. And you might be able to have it if you really want to take a chance there. But ultimately, drops back. Defensive line does a pretty good job generating a little bit of pressure through that gap. Right, force him up in the pocket. And at this point, there's nothing you can really do. It's a 3rd and 6. Maybe you dump that down prematurely. Maybe. This is not open. This is not really open, but he is on a linebacker, I believe. So maybe you can get that. That's probably not an option. This is probably your best option here if you had time in the pocket. But ultimately, doesn't have time. Tries to step up, and then ultimately gets brought down here. If this guy wasn't bringing him down, he might be able to hit this for a touchdown up here. So, but actually, he might have been past the line of scrimmage already. No, he was sacked. So, again, tough, but it is what it is. Not the worst thing in the world. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to end the video here. Bryce Young didn't play too much more in this game. Hit the like button, subscribe, join the family, turn on post notifications. Let me know who you want to see next. And I'll see you guys in the next one. If it's Nick scoring it, or whoever it is, let me know. And peace.